Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So I decided this year that I'm gonna challenge myself to prioritize God. So my hope is that I will inspire you to do the same thing, to take the challenge for yourself and really prioritize God in your life this year. So the reason why I'm doing this is that lately I have been feeling kind of far from God. Not that God is far from me, I'm the one being far from God. Even though I take the time to read His Word most days of the week, I'm always praying, I always listen to Christian music, we go to church, but still, and the reason why I know I'm far from Him is because I've been near Him. I've been to the point where I was so thirsty for Him that when I'm far from Him, I know exactly the feeling. Being with God and being aware of God is the most wonderful thing in the world. It's like this awareness that you have that God is with you all the time. You feel His presence, everything that you're going to say, everything that you're going to do, you kind of like pound and wait and, wait for Him. You kind of want to hear what He has to say about it. So that's what I want, so that's what I want. So I was thinking, how did I, got closer to God back then, So I went backwards and I remember that Joyce Meyer is the one that helped me a lot. I remember that I used to watch Joyce Meyer daily for inspiration, and that after that I would, pray and do my reading and my studies. And that's what I have been doing. And I'm taking a lot from it. So I made a little list of priorities. I don't know, I'm very visual. So for me to see a list is so much easier, to follow through than if it's just in my mind, okay? So the number one on my list is, of course, God. Then is my family. Then is myself, and I'll explain why. Then is our jobs. Then doing things for others. So why God should be the first? Well, every time we leave God out of our plans, we are putting ourselves above Him, right? The Bible says that God even knows how much hair we have in our head. So if He knows that, don't you think He want to know everything about us? Every little decision that we have to make, or everything that we're going to do, how we behave, how we treat people, what do we do with our money, how we look. I think everything has to do with God. So it's something that we have to have it. It's like the awareness that we need to have it. Another reason why we should put God first is because He is our creator. He is our manufacturer. He created us with gifts, with purpose, that He wants us to use those gifts and purpose to represent Him in the world. And He left us His manual book, which is the Bible. It's like a lamp to our feet every time we are in doubt, every time that we don't know what to do. It's such a divine book that is no wonder why is like the most bestseller in the world. Another wonderful reason why we should prioritize God is that we as a human beings, we can idolize stuff. Anything can become an idol. Sometimes it can be our jobs, it can be our looks. I have to be careful with that. Seriously, especially as I get older, I can see that I worry more about my looks today. It can be our kids. So how do we know that we are not idolizing, a person or our jobs or our looks or whatever it is? We just need to ask ourselves, what do I put first? What do I do first when I get up? What is my priority? What is in my mind most of the time? Where do I spend my money? What do I do with my time? What do I think most of the time? So what does it mean to put God first? At least for me, it would be different for everyone. It depends what stage in life you are. I remember that when the kids were younger, I used to get up earlier than then to spend time with God, but I know can be different for a lot of people. For me now, what that look like is like when I get up, I'm not gonna go to Instagram, I'm not gonna go to Facebook, I'm not gonna go check my email. I get my coffee And then I start with the prayer. Very simple prayer before I start reading the Bible, like, God, I'm here. This is my time with you. Help me understand what I'm going to read. Open my mind, open my heart to what you wanted me to see and how you wanted me to understand, and guide my day. Like simple prayer. So I follow the Bible in one ear on my Bible app, and I love it because you read a little bit of the Old Testament and a little bit of the New Testament, and you can also read the explanation about what you're reading. And that to say that we shouldn't just read the Bible, we need to look to understand. Like this Bible in a ear that I read, there's explanation about the Bible verses that you read. But also there's study Bibles, which is the Bible, and then there's the study part where they explain each and every verse with context and what could mean, and it just helps us to understand better, what God wants to tell us, and it's just wonderful. Another reason why we should put God first is because He's our protector. God is our divine protector. Things that we don't even know that could have happened if it wasn't for His protection. I truly believe that. Another thing that happens, at least with me, when I prioritize God and spend time with God, I tend to thank Him a lot. I start to think, where would I be if it wasn't for God? Where would my family be? What would my girls be doing if it wasn't for God? It kind of scares me to even think about it, So by spending time with Him, by prioritizing Him, we tend to thank Him. It's like He grounds us, to our place, so we can see His place. Another thing that happens when we prioritize God is that we seek His guidance. Proverbs 3 says that He will direct our steps. Like, for example, any decision that you're going to make, take 5 minutes, take one night, take an hour, just ask God, what should I do? And wait. See what your heart's telling you, be obedient. I think being obedient to God is one of the best way to put Him first. I'm learning, like this video right here is me obeying God. I have been feeling this nudge to do, a video about God and His priority, that I was kind of brushing it off. And then in one day, God literally said to me through the radio and something that I was reading that I had what it takes. So I'm here because I believe in Him. I don't know, because I'm a human and so flawed, I would think I would be a hypocrite for me to be here talking about God since I'm not perfect. But He knows. He knows we're not perfect. His love for us is renewed every morning. It's just a matter of the willingness for us to get up and continue to do it and be obedient, do our best each and every day. That's priceless. Another thing that happens when you prioritize God, you give. You give your time, you give your money. Those are like treasures in heaven that one day we'll get to see. Another thing that happens when we prioritize God, we behave like Him. As you read the Bible and study the Bible, we get to know Him, we get to know His character, we get to know His morals, and that humbles us, again, grounded us and put us in our place. So number 2 on the list is family, and there's also a priority on that. If you're married, will be your husband and your wife, and then if you have kids, your kids, and then other relatives. And then if you're not married, I would say after God would be your mom and your dad, and then your brothers or sisters, and then other relatives. And then number 3 on the list would be yourself. You may think this is strange because nowadays we have to think about everybody but ourselves. But I don't think so. I really think we need to take care of ourselves. How are we going to take care of our husband, our kids, our friends, and help others if we are not well ourselves? So yes, you be yourself, whatever that means. If for you is to exercise or to eat healthy, if you think about it, whatever we're doing today, like for me, I'm 51 years old. If I want to continue, to be a blessing to my daughters and my grandkids, if I want to continue to be a blessing in my church, if I want to continue to be a good wife, I need to take care of myself. Not just spiritually and mentally, but I need to take care of myself physically. I think, taking care of your physical needs is very important. Especially like for me, I have small grandkids. How am I going to keep up with them, if I don't take care of myself? I don't want the next day not being able to walk because I play with them too much or run around with them too much. And number 4 on the priority is our jobs. Of course, this is where, we earn our money. But don't forget that this is a place where you can represent God so well. Most people that don't know God won't go to church, but they have to go to work and you're there. So this is where you can live by example, by being on time and be truthful and just like have integrity, just like a godly integrity that is very priceless today. And then the last one is help others. After, you prioritize God, your family, yourself, your jobs, look for ways to help other people, be aware of other people's needs in your community, in your street, in your family, always offer help and always be, the hand of God to other people. If you don't know where to start, just pray, God, how can I help? Who can I help? I guarantee that God will put people in your mind or people in your heart, or something's gonna happen that you're gonna have to, put your sleeve up and go to work. It doesn't have to be nothing big. It can be something like, I'm praying for you, I'm thinking about you, or what can I do for you, or just be there for someone. And it all goes together, like at work, if your coworkers see that you have integrity and that you're always on time, so they kind of know you. And then when you offer to help, they know you deliver, they know you meant it. Oh, you're not just saying for saying. So yes, that was the 5 priorities that I'm putting in place this year. I really hope and pray that you'll be doing the same. I'll be doing more, God-related videos now. I still continue to do my beauty videos and hair and cooking, and because now I'll be spending more time with God, I'll have more material, I'll have more subjects, and as soon that God, gives me that nudge that I feel like He wants me to share with you guys, that's what I'm gonna be doing, and I just hope that you guys join me next time. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. God bless you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!